One of the important parts of our morning routine is our daily weather graph, where we ask the question, what's the weather like today? And we add the data one day at a time to our growing graph. Graphing is a super important math tool to introduce concepts like greater than and less than, most or least. Using graphs at an early age can help children to understand big math concepts like sorting, organizing, counting, comparing, and analyzing. So now let's see how we can use our weather graph at home to keep up with our graphing skills. Okay, a brand new weather graph for the month of May. So with all of our weather graphs, we always have to label what month we are working with. Right at the top, it says, what's the weather like today? And we're working in the month of May, so we're going to write May right above the title, what's the weather like today? So right up here, I'm going to write May. M A. We're using a lowercase a, so a circle and a stick, and a Y, a lowercase y. May. So for the month of May, what's the weather like today? And this is a weather graph very close to the one that we use in the classroom during our morning routine. So we have 5 options. It can be snowing outside. It can be rainy outside. It can be partly cloudy, or sunny. So those are the options we're working with. And every morning, what we do is we look out the window with our eyes and we have a discussion on what does the weather look like today? Now I'm looking out my window and it looks really cloudy. So I am going to fill in one space of the cloudy. So I'm going to take a colored marker or a crayon and fill in that whole block right there. Just like that. And you know me, I like careful coloring, so I'm going to try to get the entire block done. There we go. Now I have one space. Now, some of my smart students may be saying, but Miss Wright, it's May 3rd today. That means we've already had 2 days of May. Well, my friends, if you want to go back and fill in the weather for those past 2 days so that you have a complete chart, that's fine. If you don't, that's okay too. Now, it's up to you if you want to make each category, so each type of weather, a different color bar that you want to go or that you want to fill in with. Like, I'm thinking for snowy, I'm going to use a red color. I'm just going to mark a little red square up here so I remember that if I have a snowy day, let's hope not, but if I do have a snowy day, I'll use red. Maybe I'll use a kind of a pinky orange or a coral color for rainy. I'll use yellow for partly cloudy. And I'll use, of course, my green for cloudy. And I'll use blue for sunny. And I'm going to do this because I like to be able to easily see how much is in each column And using a different color for each column makes it really pop and stand out. And I'll continue to log each day what kind of weather it is like. And then at the end, I can see which type of weather we had more of, which we had less of. Maybe there will be one that we have none of. I'm hoping that maybe the snow we have none of. And I'm able to do a lot of comparisons and have this visual chart handy. So that's how we do our morning weather graphing. And I hope that you guys stick with it for the month of May. And hopefully we'll be back together again soon so we can continue it on together. All right, thanks guys. One last tip for you. As you can see with my weather graph, I decided to label the first 2 days as partly cloudy on my weather graph. And then I put the number corresponding to the day of the month in the box. So you can see partly cloudy has a 1 and a 2, meaning May 1st and May 2nd. And cloudy has a 3, meaning May 3rd was a cloudy day. Just another way for us to practice our number knowledge and to keep track of which day of the month a weather event occurred.